if you're trying to sell your work, please take good pictures of your work. This should be a non-negotiable. It's like if you want to play hockey, you need to learn how to skate. If you want to sell nice woodworking items, you need to highlight how nice they are. For example, I made this serving board and I took this picture of it. Do you think this looks nicer than this picture? Like, I saw this post that said, if you see a problem in an area that you understand, you should provide a solution if you can. And first, don't go look at my Instagram because I am being a hypocrite. I don't take the nicest pictures all the time. I'm a tad lazy. I'll get to that. But I know when a picture looks nice versus when a picture doesn't look nice. And what I see often on Instagram or like especially Facebook Marketplace, I see people that make like really nice dining tables and their pictures are like the second example picture that I posted. And I just, what are you doing? You can't do that. You're not going to succeed. Here's the thing. I'll use me for an example. Right now, I just make cutting boards and serving boards, and I'm going to do that until I can make enough money to get bigger tools to make bigger items, etc. Right now, if I'm selling cutting boards, I do try to make my pictures look nice. I also take some just like, not potato pics, but some pictures that could be better. I can be lazy with the photography. However, when I am scaling up to making coffee tables with the slabs I have behind me right now, if I'm trying to sell a table that's $1,000 or more, do you think I can get away with garbage pictures? No, of course I can't. So that's a coffee table, never mind a dining table or a credenza, like a record stand that you made all out of walnut, no veneers, that you're gonna sell for $2,000. Do you wanna take a picture where it looks ridiculous? No. And if you don't have the skills to do it, hire out. Oh, but then I lose $200 out of the profit of my sale. Yes, you do. But this is a long-term play, or if it is a long-term play for you, hopefully it is, it's going to be easier that way. That compounds because you're going to start to build a portfolio of nicer and nicer pictures, and you're going to gain more authority in your area because you're going to have more evidence that you're building these nice tables and you're highlighting how nice the tables are. That's the most important part. For me, I personally am going to learn how to take nice pictures. I have a camera that I'm using for YouTube and I have a okay lens. I don't know how to use it at all. It's like having a kind of a nice car, not knowing how to drive, but it'll take maybe 10 hours of YouTube learning-ish to take an okay enough picture that I think would justify the coffee table. Like I'm not going to be capable of taking pictures that professional photographers take and they're like, oh, the aperture and the ISO, like I don't even know what that stuff is. It pops up on my camera and I'm just like auto settings. But it's a skill to learn over time. Don't put, if you hear this and you're like, oh, I agree, but you get overwhelmed because like, that's a new skill to learn and it's just a lot. Yeah, it is. But hey, just walk before you run. When I look back at my first pictures on Instagram, I'm like, idiot. But I got better. When I look at my first YouTube video, I'm just like cringe, but I'm gonna keep it up there. And I hope that in like 5 years, I can look back and be like, that's sick. Anyways, I'm getting super off track. I personally think it's better to vertically integrate in your business and do everything yourself until you're at the point where you're just like, I don't have any time, then outsource. Focusing back on my main point, photography is super important. As you scale into dining tables or higher end furniture that, you know, maybe is in the 5-figure price range, you need a professional photographer. I think that when you get to a certain level of expertise and you know you've hit your limit in terms of how much time you want to sink into a skill, outsource. Take Cam from Blacktail Studio, for example. I don't know this, but I'm just assuming that when he hired Scott, you can tell the quality of his videos went up. And I'm assuming what happened was Cam was like, I want to focus more on building. Editing is taking a lot of my time. I don't think I can get good enough at editing without taking like an extreme amount of learning and time to do that. I'd rather just focus on woodworking and hire out. And look what's happened. Cam's channel is growing even faster and his videos get better and he puts them out at a video a month. So like that guy's cranking out project. Like that's a lot. Good for you, Cam. at the start, if you're like me, if you're just making small items that sell for $100 or $150, you can take pictures yourself with your iPhone in portrait mode, or maybe zoom up and highlight the grain. To me, just like a side tip, I think it's worth paying for more expensive wood because people will pay for that grain rather than like a boring piece of maple. People prefer Claro walnut. But I don't think you can sell Claro walnut items until you have enough people that are seeing your stuff, because someone's much more likely to buy a $100 item than a $250 item. So yeah, anyways, I like working with fancier woods because they sell for more and you get to highlight that in your craftsmanship. If you can make a nice enough product, show it. Anyways, just wanted to share my thoughts on photography, and I guess I just kind of went all over the place there. But anyways, those are my thoughts. I have a lot of thoughts about a lot of woodworking things. I might make videos more if people like watching this stuff and discussing it. If you have anything you'd like to add, throw it in the comments. I'm likely to reply because I only get like 8 comments, but it's all good. Anyways, yeah, see you next year.